Welcome to jfkfamilies.com, and this is a tutorial video on how to navigate our page if you are unfamiliar with the usage of websites or if you just want to know what everything is. Enjoy the ride. So we begin by typing in jfkfamilies.com. As you can see, we have an S behind the Y.com in your address bar. And when you do that, you're gonna come to this landing page, which is our home page. Here you will see any detail or information regarding our company. You also have access to be able to purchase your ticket in two areas, here and here, so that you don't have to, if you're down here, you can press it here. If you can up here, you can press it here, or you can just come here. This brings you to our section where you can go ahead and make your reservation. Several things that you need to be aware of. One is, if you come here and for whatever reason you don't see any text here, then just go here and switch, in between these right here, and you'll see data immediately. Second, this gives you the option to buy a one-way ticket, a round-trip ticket. It also gives you the alternative of selecting what date you would like to travel, also where you're going to be taking off from, and where is your destination. So let's go ahead and run a sample so that you can get an idea of the functionality of our software. So for the purpose of this example, we're going to go ahead and select one way. Going to go ahead and select the 20th as a travel date. We're going to select New York City to Utica, New York. Oh, you know what? Let's do Syracuse. Why not? To Syracuse, New York. We're going to check the availability, and we're going to get a response back from our query. And that is, we are journeying from New York City to Syracuse, New York. This is very important so that you know that you are in the right ticket. And if we see here, you can go previous and forward as well, to see if you change your mind and you don't want to travel on this date. You can move on to the next one, the next one, the next one, so on. So we see that the availability is only two different buses: the 3 p.m. run and the 6 a.m. run or route. And we see the available seats that are on each example. Here we have our departure time, of course, the day of the departure, and our arrival time. Now please understand that these times and schedules are estimated times of arrival and not guaranteed times of arrival. That is very important, because we know that we live in a nation that things occur. We have acts of gods, and we have traffic and accidents and emergencies, situations that might get us there a little bit later, even at the pickup or at the drop off or in between. So please do not take the estimated schedule as a fixed thing where you're depending a permanent basis of getting from A to B, because that is not what we are trying to promote here on our site or on our route. We want to keep as tight as possible to our schedule, but that schedule is only an estimated schedule, and we do not imply in any way or form that we will be there precisely at the time of our scheduled times. Thank you. With that being said, let's go ahead and move forward. We see that we have two ticket types in this case. We have the adults, we have our children. And if you are an adult, will be traveling from New York City to Syracuse, you will be paying $70 unless you have any promotions, which normally you'll get those through your via emails, and you'll be able to use those savings. And we will explain that in the future when the need arises. And we also have here children. So let's say for the purpose of this tutorial that we select two adults and two children. So we have a total of 4 passengers that will be traveling on this date. As we can see by the visual representation of the seats that are here, we have blue and red colors on the map. So let's go ahead and come down here and find out what that is about. Well, our red colors means that these seats have been booked, and our blue colors means that these seats are available. So let's go ahead and select 4 seats. For the purpose of this video tutorial, we're going to select 3, 4, 6, and 7. Let's say we want to sit next to each other. As you see, these are the selected seats that are coded with the color green. Now please keep in mind that this representation here is subject to change. Okay, it's just a visual representation so you have an idea of the seats and the ticket amount that you're purchasing. But it is important that if you select 2 seats here, 2 seats, and you have a total of 4 passengers, that you are selecting 4. Because if not, when you try to move forward to your checkout, you're gonna get an error and it's gonna start you from scratch and you will have to go through the process again. So we don't want to do that. So for the purpose of this, let's go ahead and move forward and hit checkout. Also, I needed to mention, it's very important, these seats here that you're selecting are virtual seats and are no way imply or in any other means mean that these are the seats that you're going to be reserving, for the simple reason that we have many people traveling with us. Some have special needs, others don't. So if you don't get the seat that you have booked, please understand that that is not the purpose of this image or of this system. This is the purpose of just being able to give you a visualization and a completion of the fact that you're getting 4 tickets, that you're selecting 4 seats, because that means 4 people will be traveling, and also that's going to reflect the amount of money that you're going to be charged. So that is the purpose of this. Okay, now with all that being said, you might be able to get these 4 seats. Okay, we do get a visual representation on our end which seats you would prefer, but these seats are not guaranteed, so please do not choose them via that. If you have any need for any special accommodation, please give us a call at our phone number that you will be able to find on our contact page, and please reach out and let us know of your special needs, okay, or requests. With that being said, let's go ahead and move forward and let's go to checkout. Here we're gonna get a digital representation of our journey. In this case, we have our date, we have the time, we have where we're going to, and what bus we're going to be getting on. Okay, we also have our tickets and the information, the fact that we bought two. So as you see, we keep reinforcing what you're doing so that you're always attentive of what it is, and always make sure that you look. This is very important because sometimes you might make a mistake that you don't realize, and you catch it by actually taking the time and reading everything. So we have payments and the tax with that payment and your total. Here you're gonna get what's called a form, okay, and in this case for us it's very important, and for you, that you fill this as detailed as possible with all the information that we are requiring. Anything with a red asterisk is gonna be needed to be filled. If you don't fill one of these boxes that has a red mark on it, your system is not going to let you move forward, because we need this information to be able to provide the best possible service. So let's say for the purpose of this tutorial that we're going to select Mrs. G, phone number 444 and what we got there, 36 okay, 10. Good. And we're gonna do email, so let's go gg@gg.com, just for the purpose of this tutorial. And we select the address, so 4444 RR zip code 12345. And we're going to select payment method cash for the purpose of this, but we also have PayPal, as you can see, as our payment gateway. Now let me explain. When you're using PayPal, you do not need or require a PayPal account. PayPal functions with a regular credit card. The only thing you do is you select that you skip the part where it says if you want to sign in with your account, and you move on to the following one, which is underneath that, and where it says do a credit card transaction or debit card transaction. Okay, and you just process everything just like you would process on any other web page your credit card information. Mind you that we are using the top dog. So PayPal is the giant of all the giants online. It's the first company that went online and provided services of merchant services for the world to communicate and buy and sell stuff online. They have the biggest and strongest keys and to protect your identity and all your personal information. So your information is totally guaranteed because when you're going through that transaction, you will be leaving our site, you will be connected to PayPal and their top-notch security, even though we also have our security here. So you're secure here and you're secure there, but you're really secure there because those are billionaire companies that have billions of dollars to spare, of course. And with that being said, so let's go ahead and move on to our capture key. Very important that you insert those characters that you see there. It doesn't matter if it's uppercase or lowercase. You can put them in any case, any size you want. Okay, so just make sure it's the same, because if it's not the same, the system will kick you back. So remember, not filling out one of these kicks you back. Not filling out this correctly kicks you back, and these cells might empty out depending on your system, or might stay populated. Either or, you might have to fill out the whole entire form. So let's go ahead and preview and confirm. At this point, we have to move on to our next step, and we're seeing that we have our ticket, all the information we already know. We make sure that this information is all good, and here is our final step. So when we go here, we want to make sure that all this is correct, because you don't want the bus to go somewhere else to go pick you up because you forgot to put a number or this wrong zip code. You make sure that your information is correct. So this is the last opportunity that you have to make sure that all your information is correct, and that all this right here is what you want to do. Let's go ahead and confirm. When we confirm, you're going to see that the page is going to stay the same. So you might think that nothing happened, but yes, something did happen. You see here, it says your booking is saved. Start over. So this is in case you want to start and get another ticket, but in reality, in most cases, that's not going to be the thing. So you're going to come back. If you want to continue surfing to know a little bit more about us, you're going to go ahead and continue to surf. In this case, for the tutorial purpose, we're going to go ahead and continue with the pickup and drop off locations. Here we see at our pickup and drop off locations that we have icons, and these icons are also accompanied by pictures. These pictures are there to give you a visual representation of where our stops are at, so that you can have some kind of familiarity of what is happening and where you are expected to be, or where you expect to see us, and things of that nature. If you see, I've color coded everything for you guys so that you are aware that when it's green, that means it's on, and when it's red, that means it's off, or it's something that we're planning in the future. Like you see here, for example, these are stops that we are planning to bring in the immediate future, and hopefully everything goes according to plan. But we do live on this beautiful earth, and things, you know how that goes already. So with that being said, let's go ahead also and view another area that we see up here is our schedule runs, and this gives you kind of what our schedule runs are. So it's very simple and basic. From here, you can also reserve a seat if you need to go back to reservation of a seat. Like say you were surfing and you will see already, and you just click here so you don't have to go here. That is the purpose of that. We also see our Utica community tab, and then on this tab we're gonna see that we have access to all the information in the Utica area that it can be viable or usable to anyone. So if you forgot a number, hey, instead of having to do a Google search, and you can just come here, boom boom, and right away the information, the address, everything is accurate to the letter. and you have access to all that information at your fingertip. That's what we're here to do. We're here to work together with you. We're here to grow with you. We do take suggestions, so if you do have a suggestion, something that you want to see on our website, something that you like to prefer, please let us know, because that's what we're here for. We're here to work together hand in hand to create the best possible experience for you and for us, of course. So we go to our contact page, which is our last page we're going to be visiting during this tutorial, and here we see that you also have access to where our home location is, all the contact information that you may need require to communicate with us. You also see a form. This form, you can fill it out as detailed as possible or not. Okay, wherever you see an extra, if you ever see one, it needs to be filled, of course. Important to give your name and email, because it will be able to respond to your concerns. So that stuff is important. Also, if you give your phone, we are gonna go ahead and send you a text message and stuff like that, so that we are able to communicate with you and follow up on your concerns. Please keep in mind, we are a privacy company, so we do keep your information private, and that for no way or no means will your information ever be sold or transfer or given to anyone for any purpose. Okay, your information is secure in our database with our servers, and we are backed up by the strongest servers out there in the market. We do pride ourselves in using the best of the best to make sure that our customers are getting the best of the best. With that being said, this is your opportunity to fill out any concerns you have. You got two boxes where you can write a small memo, a comment of some sort, a recommendation, a need of some sort. Anything you need is here for the grabs. With that being said, we do appreciate your business. We look forward to taking you from A to B, to putting families together, and we're here to be of service. May God bless you and your family. You have a wonderful day. Thank you for your time.